There's a lot of talk from the finance minister arrivals in Brussels, and they're talking about Greece. The Austrian finance minister is saying we expect Greece to do more in the way of reforms. When new measures are presented, we can decide on the next Greek instalment. Greece hasn't delivered, says the finance minister. What's that, Andreas Borg, isn't it, I think? Greece hasn't delivered on reform implementation. The Austrian finance minister, back again, says we're sceptical on the Greek growth plans. The Swedish finance minister, difficult for Greece to agree bailout terms within the time frame. Banks must realise they're not in a strong negotiating position on PSI, is what they're saying. Sylvia is in Brussels. First of all, Sylvia, nice PMIs out of Germany. That said, the dialogue on Greece remains pretty bleak.
Yes, it remains pretty bleak, but the curious thing is, I said this before, when we came out of the press conference last night, there wasn't a sense of panic and doom and gloom. There was more a sense of, okay, we got to get on with it, but it leads me to believe that maybe we are closer to a resolution than it seems like right now. But who am I to talk? I've got somebody here straight from Athens who's freezing a lot more than we are, because it's a lot warmer there. I'm very happy to welcome Miranda Xafa from EF Consulting. Miranda, thanks for joining us here in the cold.
Good morning.
Maybe a slight disappointment that we didn't get an agreement on PSI, but not a real surprise, was it?
Not really. The banks have made the best offer they could on a voluntary basis, and now one possible way forward would be for a forced haircut by including collective action clauses in the existing Greek bonds, which were issued under Greek law, and activating the CACs, which would mean triggering the CDS and causing a credit event to happen.
Would that be such a big disaster? I mean, the big question mark is that nobody quite knows, but you have credit insurance for it to come into place for exactly such spots when some trouble comes up like we have with Greece now. If we had the CDS triggering, if we had the insurance coming into place, maybe it would be easier for the private creditors to sign up for a lower yielding rollover.
Absolutely, and in fact the reason why part of the reason why there has been such a sell-off in the bonds of the euro area is because the CDS are no longer viewed as a solid hedge, and therefore people just get rid of their bonds. So the collective action clauses will trigger the CDS, but these are only 3 billion euros or so it's peanuts compared to the big scheme of things.
And the bigger scheme of things, I mean, 70% haircut, okay, maybe a forced haircut that's even higher, also okay if we have the CDS coming into place. But can we really move forward without the public sector haircut, and that means the ECB?
Probably not. The ECB has about 55 billion of Greek government bonds, which it bought at a discount of around 25%. So yes, the ECB would suffer a loss if it were to be included in a 50% haircut, but on the other hand it will make money on the bonds it bought, the Portuguese, Irish, Spanish and Italian bonds that it bought under its S&P program, so that should make up for the losses on Greece.
We've already seen that with the Bundesbank. They made some fat little profits out there. In terms of the Greek reform process, what we've heard from the Austrian finance minister, again, the Greeks have to do more. I think they have to do more in brackets because they haven't done what they promised to do. Is there any hope that we get a decent reform program out there that the Greek people can still live with?
I think the Papademos government is really making a big effort that is worth supporting, and in fact, you know, no other country is as heavily indebted as Greece, or as deeply into recession, or as badly in need for reform.
I can understand that the Greeks sometimes feel they're the guinea pigs for the Eurozone. I hope we all get through this. Thanks for shuddering it out with us here, Miranda. That's it from us for the time being. Back to you.